One day sea level started to rise. The world was going to end. But one kid named Peter saved everybody in his city using Maxima and Minima. Watch this video till the end to find out how he saved everybody using Maxima and Minima. Before some time, Peter watched one of my videos in which I gave you this homework. He was a very good child, so he thought that he will solve this question. So he started to solve this question. But then the news came that the world is going to end. He was a very patriotic child, so he thought that I can save everybody. He just have to change these centimeters to kilometers. And he thought that he can make a boat with a rectangular sheet of tin of 45 km by 24 km sheet of tin. So he bought a sheet of tin of 24 km by 45 km from a company named These Metal Sheets Can Save You When the World Will End, Corporation of Dr. Doom. No clue. So he left with this question that a rectangular sheet of tin of 45 km by 24 km is to be made into a box without top by cutting off squares from each corner and folding up the flaps. What should be the side of the square to be cut off so that the volume of box is maximum? Why maximum? So that maximum people in his city can come into the port. So he started to solve this question and found the answer. This is how he solved the question. He watched my previous video very carefully, so he knew that he have to find this x, that how much square he have to cut to find the maximum volume. So let's find out the answer. That is so the length will be 45 minus 2x, that is 45 minus 2x. Breadth will be 24 minus 2x. And the height will be x, this will come up and it will become the height. So now let's solve this up. That is 45 multiplied by 24 is 1080. 45 multiplied by minus 2x is equal to minus 90x. Minus 2x multiplied by 24 is equal to minus 48x. And minus 2x multiplied by minus 2x is plus 4x square. Now we will multiply this x, that is 1080x minus 90x square minus 48x square plus 4x cube. Now we will rearrange and add these both, that is 4x cube minus 138x square plus 1080x. So this was his equation. So now he knew that I have to differentiate it with respect to x. So he differentiated volume with respect to x, that is 12, that is 3 4s are 12 x, and 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, that is 12x square minus 138 multiplied by 2 is equal to 276x plus 1080. So he solved this up. Now he knew that he have to put it equal to 0 to find x. So he did the same as I showed in the previous video, that is 12x square minus 276x plus 1080 is equal to 0. So now it is clear that 12 can come out from here, that is 12x square minus 276, 23x, that is 23 multiplied by 12 is equal to 276 plus 1080 multiplied by 12 is, that is 90 is equal to 0, that is 12 multiplied by 9 is equal to 108 and 0. After this 12 will come there and it will become 0 also. So we got x square minus 23x plus 90 is equal to 0. So after this we have to factorize this. Let's factorize this. We need the multiplication 90 and addition 23. We can get this by 18x minus 5x plus 90. That is how I found it, is that 93, 33, that is 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, and 18 plus 5 is equal to 23, and 18 5s is equal to 90. That is how I found these two values. And after this we will get common, that is x minus 18 and minus 5 x minus 18. You will be wondering how this minus sign came. This is came that minus 5x plus 90. So the equation will remain the same. That's why this minus sign came here. That is x minus 18 and x minus 5. So x is equal to 18 or 5. So he knew that he can't take x 18 because side of 18 kilometer can't be cut so that he can make a boat. So 18 can't be taken. So he took 5. So he will cut flap of 5 kilometer. But he was not clear that if he cut the side 5 kilometer, will he get the maximum volume or not. So he used maxima and minima to find out is this maxima or minima. So the volume was and the differentiation was so he knew that he have to differentiate this 2 times, that is double differentiating this, that is 12 to the 24 x minus 276. So d square we have dx square. So now he have to put the value of x in here. So 120 minus 276 is 156. So he got the value negative, and he saw my video with very much concentration, so he remembered that if the value is negative, it is maxima. So he will get the maximum volume and all the city can enter this ship. So he started to make the ship. And all the city people entered the ship and they started to sail the sea, and everybody was safe. But the sea was not safe. Lightning was striking from the sky on city people. 5 people died. So he thought that he have to save everybody. He have to find a place where everybody can hide safely. While thinking this, a question came to him flying, that show that the height of the cylinder of greatest volume that can be inscribed in a right circular cone of height h of semi-vertical angle alpha is 1 by 3 that of the cone. He thought that why this question came to him. I think nature was helping him. He searched on internet. He found that there is a mountain named cone, and he can make a cylinder in it to save everybody, to hide from the force of nature. So what he did, he had to solve the question to find the answer and to go to the mountain. So he started to solve the question like this. So in this question we have to find that the height of the cylinder is 1 by 3rd of the cone, that is the mountain, and the greatest volume of the cylinder is 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. So for this we first need to find the height of cylinder. How we will find the height of cylinder? Let the height of the cone is h. Okay, so we have to minus this thing from the h. So how we will do it? We have to find this length. To find this length, we will use trigonometry, that this is a right angle triangle. We have to find a relationship between x and the base, that is x is the perpendicular and the base, to find out this length, and x is a variable that will come into the question automatically if we found the length with x. So let's write the trigonometric function, that is and now there are two trigonometric functions, tan and cot, that can be used to find the relationship between the perpendicular and the base. I will use cot for this because in this the base is on the top. So let's find the answer, that is this height, that is c, let's name this o, that is co upon x is equal to cot alpha, and co is equal to x cot alpha. So the height of the cylinder, I will write height capital H, and the height of the cone is small h. Height of the cylinder is equal to h minus x cot alpha, that is this minus from this. Okay, so we got the height. Now we have to just write the volume of the cylinder. What is the volume of cylinder? That is pi r square h. So let's take the r, that is x square, and height is equal to h minus x cot alpha. After this, volume is equal to, we will multiply it, that is pi x square h minus x cot alpha pi x square. Now we can multiply this x and this x, that is volume is equal to pi x square h x minus x cube pi cot alpha. So now we have to differentiate it and put it equal to 0 to find x. So let's v dash is equal to, we will differentiate with respect to x to find x. So let's solve this, that is differentiation, x differentiation, this is all constant, this all will become constant if we differentiate with respect to x. So constant times the function, 2 will come down, x, and 2 minus 1 is 1, so x will remain, minus 3x square pi cot alpha. Now let's put it equal to 0, and pi h x is equal to 3x square pi cot alpha. Now x, this cancel x, this, and this cancels this, and we remain with 2 by 3h is equal to x cot alpha. I took this 3 in here. Now x is equal to 2 by 3 cot alpha h. Now after this, x is equal to 2 by 3 h. What is the inverse of cot? That is tan alpha. So we got the answer, that is x is equal to 2 by 3 h tan alpha. We got the radius of the cylinder. Now we have to find that is this cylinder is of greatest volume or not. So we will find v double dash, that is equal to v dash, the derivative of v dash. So the derivative is 2 pi h, the derivative of x is 1, minus 6 pi x cot alpha. The derivative of x square is equal to 2x, and 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. So after this, we will put the value of x, 2 pi h minus 6 pi 2 by 3 h tan alpha cot alpha, and we will solve this. 3 2s are 6, and 2 pi h minus 4 pi tan multiplied by cot, like tan alpha cot alpha, and 1 upon cot alpha cot alpha, that is 1 upon cot alpha is equal to tan alpha, and this cuts and this all cuts and this becomes 1, and that is 4 pi h. And if we take out pi, that is common, 2h minus 4h, that is equal to minus 2 pi h, which is negative, so this is maxima. So the kid found a cylinder which is of the greatest volume in a mountain. Then a volume of cylinder was already given in the question, so we have to make sure that is that the volume correct or not. So the volume we found out was pi x square h minus x cot alpha. We have to put in the value of x in this, that is x is equal to 2h by 3 tan alpha. Now volume is equal to pi 2h by 3 tan alpha square h minus 2h by 3 tan alpha. I will write cot up here, cot alpha, and we know that tan and cot cancels up and this value remains, and let's solve this up. That is pi 4h square tan square alpha, I am just squaring everything, by 9, and h minus 2h by 3. Now after this, pi 4h square by 9 tan square alpha, I am taking the LCM, that is 3h minus 2h by 3, and volume is equal to pi 4h square tan square alpha by 9, 3 9s are 27, and 3h minus 2h is equal to h. So the volume was pi h cube 4 pi h cube tan square alpha by 9. So this was the volume that was very similar in the question, and the volume was enough so that every city people can survive in that cylinder with food. So he take on his journey to that mountain. But the conical mountain was very far. Peter was in a trouble that where he will rest the city people. After some time, a ice sphere hit the boat, and a question was written on an ice sphere that show that the height of the cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius r is 2r by under 3. Also find its maximum volume. Peter thought that if he can solve this question, he can rest some of the people in that ice sphere. So let's solve this question. Now Peter have to find the maximum volume and the radius of this cylinder. So what is the volume of cylinder? That is equal to pi r square h. That is pi r square h. And now pi r square. What is r? That is half of x. So x by 2 square h. Why I took this x and r, I will show just later in this question. So pi 1 by 4x square h. So this is 1 upon 4 pi x square h. Now we have to find the value of x, and I took x as whole so that we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of x. Why we have to find the value of x? Because x and h both are variable. He can make the cylinder small and more broader and large and more shorter. So height and x both will change. So both are variable and we can't use differentiation in here. So we have to change one thing, and we need one variable in here and one constant so that we can differentiate easily. So find the value of x square. So we can find this by Pythagoras theorem, that is x square plus h square is equal to 2r square. So x square plus h square is equal to 2r square, that is x square plus h square is equal to 4r square, and x square is equal to 4r square minus h square. So now let's chunk in this value in here, that is 1 upon 4 pi 4r square minus h square, h in here, and now let's solve this up. That is, this 4 cancel out this when we multiply this in here, that is pi r square minus, we will multiply this with this one also, 1 upon 4 pi h square h, and after this pi r square h minus 1 upon 4 pi h cube. Now after this we know we have to differentiate, as Peter also knows that differentiate with respect to h, right? This is the variable. If you thought h before saying this means that you watched my previous video very carefully and you got good knowledge of maxima and minima. So differentiation, that is pi r square, think h as x. What is the derivative of x? The derivative of x is 1, so h derivative is also 1, minus 3, that is 3 for pi h square, 3 minus 1 is equal to this, and after this we will solve this. Now let's take common pi r square minus 3 by 4 h square. So now this is v dash, and we will put it equal to 0 to find the value of h. Put it equal to 0, pi will go in there, and we will remain with r square minus 3 by 4 h square is equal to 0. R square is equal to 3 by 4 h square. Now let's find the value of h. H square is equal to 4 will go up and 3 will go down, that is 4 by 3 r square, and let's take both side under root to cancel this square, that is h squares and under root cancel up, there will be 2, there will be under root 3, and here will be r. So this is the height of the cylinder, which is equal to 2 upon under root 3 radius of the sphere. So we find out this, which is same as the question. Now let's find that is it maximum volume or not. So we will just chunk in the value of h in the double differentiation of v. So let's do it. So the volume was 1 upon 4 pi h 4r square minus h square. So let's chunk in the value of h, that is equal to 1 upon 4 pi 2r by under root 3 4r square minus 2r by under root 3 whole square. Now let's solve this. 1 upon 4 pi 2r by under root 3 inside 4r square minus 4r square by 3, and now let's solve this. 1 upon 4 pi 2r upon under root 3 is 12r square, 3 4s are 12 minus 4r square by 3, and let's solve this all. 4 pi 2r by under root 3, 12r square minus 4r square is equal to 8r square by 3, and 2 2s are 4, and after this, and 2 4s are 8, that is 4 pi r cube by 3 under root 3. So this is the maximum volume, 4 pi r cube 3 under root 3. So Peter found out that this maximum volume is enough so that half of the city people can survive in this sphere, and if the other half died, half of the city people will be saved. So half of the city people came in this one, and half of them go on to the next journey to find out the cone mountain. So further in the journey, when they were going to the cone mountain, another question flew to Peter, and the question was, show that the right circular cylinder of given surface and maximum volume is such that its height is equal to the diameter of the base. So Peter thought that why this question came to me, and after some time Peter figured out that if he makes a right circular cylinder in such a way that the height is equal to the diameter of the base, then the number of people that can fit in the cylinder will be doubled. So he was very happy to find this question. So he started to solve this question to find out what will be the maximum volume. So let's find out the answer of this question. In this question there are two things, the surface area and the volume. So what is the formula of surface area? Not curved surface area, total surface area, that is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi RH. That is the area of this circle, 2 pi r square and 2 pi RH. So this is the curved surface area. And what is the volume of cylinder? That is pi r square h. So here are two variables. We have to eliminate one variable with a constant and a variable which is similar to this variable. So what is fixed in this cylinder? That is the given surface area. Here is said given surface area, which means it is fixed. So that means S is a constant in here. We can find R or H from here and put it here, and then we can solve this question further. So let's solve this. That is 2 pi RH. I will find H. So we found the value of H. Now let's put the value of H here. We put the value of H. After this, solve this like pi first I separated these and then pi r square cut from these two things. Now we have got the volume. Now we know that we will differentiate it, as Peter also knows. So dv by with respect right r. So as derivative of x is 1, so here is r, so it's 1 minus 3 pi r square, there is square, and now this is the differentiation of this. Now we will find the value of r by putting it equal to 0. So this is the value of r square. We found the value of r square by here. Now let's double differentiate it to find out that is this maxima or minima. So this was the differentiation and this is r square. Now we will double differentiate it. That is s by 2 is a constant, b double dash s by 2 is a constant, so it will become 0 and minus 6 pi r2 minus 1 is equal to r. So now this is the double differentiation. Let's put the value of r. R square is this, so r will be unroot s by 6 pi. So if we take square root on both sides, root cuts this and here will be unroot. So minus 6 pi unroot s by 6 pi, which is less than 0. This is clearly less than 0, so this means it is maxima. Peter was very happy to find that this is maxima. Now he have to find that is the diameter is equal to the base. So to find that, we know that r square is equal to s upon 6 pi. So s is equal to 6 pi r square. Now we got the value of s. At start we wrote that h is equal to s minus 2 pi r square upon 2 pi r. We found that with the total surface area. I am doing this to get the relationship between h and r. If I put this, we will only remain with h and r. So let's put this in here, that is h is equal to 6 pi r square minus 2 pi r square by 2 pi r. So h is equal to 6 minus 2 pi r. 6 pi r square minus 2 pi r square is equal to 4 pi r square by 2 pi r. Pi cancels pi, 2 to the 4, r cancels. So h is equal to 2r. 2r is equal to diameter. H is equal to d. So he found that height is equal to diameter of the base and the volume is maximum. So this was Peter's plan. He will make a cylinder of that volume he found in first question such that the height is equal to the diameter of the base. As the half of the city people and Peter reached the mountain, they made the cylinder. And the cylinder was made in such a way that its radius was half of the radius of that big conical mountain. That was a really big cylinder. Then they brought those people who were living in that sphere to that conical mountain. After some time, those people from the sphere started to fight with those people who made the cylinder that they can't make a cylinder whose radius is half of the radius of that big conical mountain. They can't make that big cylinder, and they started to fight with them, and all of them started to kill each other and started to die. So Peter thought that he have to solve this problem. So what he will use to do this? Yes, he will use Maxima and Minima. So one question was left, that is, prove that the radius of right circular cylinder of greatest curved surface area which can be inscribed in a given cone is half of that of the cone. So this was the question Peter had to solve to stop them to fight. So let's solve this question. In this journey of saving a lots of people from the world's end, Peter solved a lots of questions on Maxima and Minima. He became so smart so that he thought that he will solve this question in his own way. This is how Peter taught me a new way of solving Maxima and Minima question. The way is called relating triangles. In this type of question, we can relate the triangles which are these. In such a way, we can get a relation between this r and this r. This is how he taught me a new way of solving this question. So let's solve this question. Now let's relate this triangle, that is QE upon OA is equal to EC upon OC. These are just relating those triangle OA and OC of big triangle and QE and EC are of small triangle. Now let's chunk in the value QE upon OA, that is OA, that is equal to H is equal to EC, that is equal to R, which is the radius of cone, minus X, that is the radius of cylinder, upon OC, that is the radius of cone. Now QE is equal to HR minus X upon R. Now here is our curved surface area. What is the curved surface area of cylinder? That is 2 pi RH. So 2 pi R, that is the radius of cylinder, is X, and H is equal to H R minus X upon R. Now let's further solve this question. Let's take this H outside and X inside. Now after this, multiply X by this. Now we got the value of surface area. After this, we have to differentiate it with respect to X. Now S, let's take this R here. This is R is constant. Now R constant times the function value of X is equal to 1 minus 2X. Now we have to put this equal to 0. Let's put it equal to 0. this all will go that side and it will become 0, and we will only remain with r minus 2x is equal to 0. So minus 2x is equal to minus r and x is equal to r by 2. So we have proved that x is equal to r by 2, radius is equal to half of the cone. We have to also prove that that the volume of cylinder is greater. So let's prove that. So let's double differentiate it, that is equal to x double dash with respect to x, that is 2 pi x upon r in constant times the function. R is a constant, here it will become 0, that is equal to minus 2, derivative of x is 1, so x double dash is equal to minus 2 into 2 pi x upon r. S double dash equal to minus 4 pi x upon r. So this is clearly negative. If you put in the value of h, it will become negative. There is no x, so we can't put the value of x. So it is negative and the cylinder has the greatest volume. So we have proved this. Similarly, Peter also proved to all those people that the radius of the cylinder is half of the radius of the conical mountain, and then everybody started to live happy. After some time, the sea level goes down, everybody was safe, and people came to know that his idea of saving the world with Maxima and Minima was very famous, and he got many medals. And congratulations to Peter that he saved the world with Maxima and Minima. So like this video if you were also saved by Peter, and subscribe this channel because I teach you math and you can save all the world by using math. And always remember that math is everything.